So, Diego, we're going to talk about the top 3 teams in the opening week of the PBA. As Paul said, first up, we have the NLEX Road Warriors. 2-0 lead for them so far, of course, led by the import KJ McDaniels. What is this team doing right?
Well, with the NLEX Road Warriors, of course, KJ McDaniels has been playing very well for them. He's been dominating inside the paint, and he's also hitting a couple of outside jumpers, especially in that second game. But what the NLEX Road Warriors is really doing very well right now is their stints without an import. So yung mga moments sa game na walang import, they take advantage of it and they play with a lot of pace. Talking about the NLEX Road Warriors, bagay yung name nila sa kanila because Road Warriors, they're super fast when it comes to getting stops and then getting easy baskets in transition. That's what they do very well, and that is why they have a 2-0 start right now in the Governors Cup.
Absolutely, and you have to feel also that si KJ McDaniels is still playing himself into fitness, Jegs, because he's not as lean as he looked like when he was back then the last time, but then still his performance, we're not worrying at all.
Now,
yes, that's especially with this the way he's playing right now. He's actually using a lot of his weight right now in bumping all of these locals, all of these imports down low, and to score easy buckets inside.
Now, next up, Diego, let's talk about the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Also a pretty good start for them. They won their first 2 games. First one against Blackwater, second one against Terra Firma. Now, how does Paul Harris complement this team?
Yeah.
Well, Paul Harris is an import that doesn't really need the ball to be very effective. He wants to be part of the system. You know, when Coach Stopex was asked why they chose Paul Harris, it was because Jimmy Alapag actually told them that he's one of the best imports to ever play here in the PBA because he has championship experience with him. He won a championship with TNT back in 2011, and he's such an unselfish import wherein he wants to involve all the locals when he plays. So he doesn't just get the ball and then does what he does and gets his numbers. He wants to involve all the locals, kick out, he wants to create, and that is why, you know, he won the championship and he wants to do it the same here with Phoenix.
You know, also shout out to some of their new acquisitions, Sean Manganti and Simon Camacho, because they've been playing very well. In fact, the players of Phoenix actually chanted Simon Camacho's name after his first game because that's how special he was. But we don't have enough time here, so let's move on to the next team, Bill.
Now, last but not the least, Diego, let's talk about Barangay Ginebra, of course, the defending champions. Now, they won against the Alaska Aces. That was their first game as well. What can you say about the return of Justin Brownlee as well as his clutch performance with Stanley Pringle, rather?
Well, what can I not say about Justin Brownlee? As expected, he delivered for the Barangay Ginebra team. He's really a 3-level scorer. I said that earlier in our preseason talks about Ginebra. He can score down low, he can post up the smaller guys, and he can shoot from the outside as well. And talk about Stanley Pringle in the clutch. He had 2 turnaround jumpers to get the win and seal the win against Alaska. So the talent level here for Ginebra is really high, and you know, it relieves the pressure to the guys like L.A. Tenorio, Stanley Pringle, you know, the other guys of Ginebra, because all the defense is focused on Brownlee.
Absolutely. Jegs, more on this Ginebra team because we know that they are the defending champs of the Governors Cup. But then we haven't played the Governors Cup in quite a while. Do you think that, well, we actually heard from Coach Tim Cone saying they don't think of themselves as defending champs. Do you see that hunger in this team? I know it's only been 1 game.
Well, I think so. You know, every time Brownlee is with Ginebra, I think they believe that they have a chance to win the championship because, you know, Brownlee is the system in himself. You know, he's a multiplier effect for this Barangay Ginebra team. Every time he's inside the court, it relieves the pressure to all the stars of Ginebra, and that's what, you know, makes them a very tough team to beat.
Absolutely. Jegs, tomorrow, actually, the PBA fans will get a treat. Araneta Coliseum, the Big Dome, they are returning. How big is it for the league, for Philippine sports in general, na babalik na yung mga fans sa Big Dome?
Well, of course, I think it's going to be good for the fans. You know, it's been a long while since they've watched live basketball, especially PBA level basketball. And I think, you know, they lowered the prices for the fans, especially the tickets inside the arena. So that's going to be a good thing for them and for the players as well. I'm sure they're going to be more motivated. Sometimes people would say, you know, it doesn't really matter if they're fans or not, but that gives an extra boost to the players because they're going to be very motivated to play for all their fans.
Absolutely, Jegs.